When you think of the word soulmate, you think of love, but this film is about the complete opposite. This short film is called Twins, and it's about two mortal enemies who are reincarnated as twins. It's such a fun film, and it made me reflect on the idea of soulmates in general. Two cowboys take each other's lives in a duel. Their beef carries on into the next life when they are reincarnated as twins. Even from inside the womb, they're trying to ruin each other's lives, and things even escalate over time. They go back and forth, and they always try to one-up each other. When one tries wrapping the umbilical cord around the other's neck when they're in the womb, the other will try to decapitate his brother in retaliation. When one steals his brother's girlfriend, the other will burn his frat house down while he's asleep inside. One will destroy his brother's painting with his yacht, and the other will call the IRS and have his brother arrested for embezzlement. One will open a business, and the other will bulldoze it down during its grand opening. And I respect it because it's really on site for them. The beef doesn't stop even when they're both on their deathbeds. And in the end, history repeats itself when they both die at the same time, leaving them to be reincarnated together once again. This film was so much fun and took sibling rivalry to the extreme. I loved it. I loved everything about it. I loved the animation style. I loved the plot. I loved the characters. It was just so fun. I like how this film gives us a different take on soulmates. Whereas soulmates usually define people who are destined to be in love, this film depicts two people who are destined to hate each other. It makes me wonder if it really is truly hate or if it's just love masked in extreme competitiveness. Do they even remember what they're actually beefing about? Or has this been going on for so long that at this point it comes as second nature to them? Yes, they do go overboard, but they have driven each other to become the most successful versions of themselves. One becomes a star artist and the other becomes a billionaire with an ability to rebrand and build successful businesses over and over again. Their hate for each other has pushed them to success. At the end, one of the brothers resuscitates himself so he can try and outlive his brother, showing that this person he supposedly hates has pushed him to levels no one else has. However, underneath this rivalry lies unresolved conflict, one that has carried into their future lives. But at some point, I started to believe that their love for competing against each other outweighed the hate they supposedly had for one another. Maybe all it would take is a moment of clarity to turn them from mortal enemies to best friends. And maybe that's the message of the film. Maybe unresolved conflict is preventing growth. And because of this, that thing you want, whether it's in the form of a relationship, an opportunity, or situation, gets lost in the chaos of rivalry. This film is a reminder that there's a fine line between love and hate, and it's a lot thinner than we realize.